were expecting for the last couple of days. And now we need to talk about an imminent breakout that is about to happen, caused by a massive short squeeze. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here again on this first day today. I almost forgot again which day it is. I'm still coughing. Sorry that I have again here a drop in my mouth. So if I don't speak clearly, it's again because I have a drop in the mouth because of all the stupid coughing that's still happening. But regardless of that, I'm in a super good mood today, because when I was waking up today, I saw the markets were moving and that we were here once again right with our predictions. Now, when we look at the Bitcoin futures charts, something really interesting that caught immediately my eye today was that when CME reopened, it was, actually, there was only one day where we're not trading yet. So, but anyway, we did not create any CME gap over the new year, which is a really good sign. And also on CME, you see, we try to reclaim now a key level. Right now it's acting as resistance, more or less where we are currently sitting at. Let me put this here. Yeah, actually it's more of a small zone that we need to look at. It's a really tiny one. It's only this here. So once we break here on CME above $97,600 approximately, you're also going to get here continuation on the CME, and of course you have here a massive W pattern. So I don't think that that this small area here is really stopping Bitcoin in the futures market to go here all the way up to the neckline of around $107,000. When we go now into the weekly chart for Bitcoin, also here as expected, this weekly candle is green. We are moving here to the upside. Most likely we're going to get close to $100,000 this week. At least that's what I'm expecting here to be happening over the weekend. It could be that we are just scratching on 100,000 and we get then the crossover in the following week. So I don't want to rule this out, because we have only a little bit more than 3 days left, for this to be happening. But remember, guys, where I told you at the beginning of the week, I told you we're going to get a bounce here on the RSI from the moving average, and the RSI line will bounce from this off here, and that will result in a move to the upside for Bitcoin. This is exactly what we are seeing here right now unfolding in front of our eyes. So when we go then into the lower time frames, let me actually see, where's my 12-hourly chart? What happened with my 12-hourly chart? Did I close this by accident? Where did that go? I actually might have closed this by accident. Ah, no, here, there we go. That's what I wanted to show you guys first. Sorry. So here, on the 12-hourly chart, as expected, we are trying to reclaim right now the EMA ribbon. Currently, we are slightly above it, but here comes the but, guys. For continuation, we need a close above the EMA ribbon here with the current 12-hourly candle, and best case scenario, a move into $98,000 approximately. 98, 500, 700. That would be a good level where I would like to see the current 12-hourly candle closing, because that would give a lot of confidence back to the market that we are rallying here now in direction straight away of $100,000 and never basically look back until the end of the bull run, most likely, once that is occurring. But yeah, we need to watch for this. Like I said, the current 12-hourly candle, what's going to happen there. But of course, the lower time frames will give us small hints what's actually going on. In terms of indicators, there's not much to say here on the 12-hourly chart. The stochastic still has room to go here a little bit higher before we need some consolidation. And the MACD basically just started to warm up here. And the RSI is still here just entering bullish territory. So from neutral into bullish territory from yesterday. So also here's so much more room to go to the upside that will get us past $100,000 in the next coming let it be 5 to 10 days. And then here on this chart, I expect soon a really short-lived pullback or consolidation for two simple reasons. The first one is the stochastic RSI is already flatlining here and about to give us a sell signal. The RSI is also pointing to the downside slightly. And the third reason for that is that we're actually trying to reclaim and stay above the mid-range trading level here of that range that we had previously at $96,500 approximately. This drop is actually really shit, guys. All the time water in my mouth, way more than with the other one that I had previously, so I'm gonna not take this one anymore while I'm doing shows. This is horrible. But anyways, also here we can see right now that price definitely wants to go here to the top of the range, which is slightly below the $100,000 mark. Once we get up here, let it be the next 48, 72 hours, I would expect when we come up here that we get a small rejection. It could be also a small deviation when we go slightly above $100,000, come back down, consolidate, maybe go a little bit to the downside before we then get the proper break here with strength and volume back above the $100,000 level. So remember, guys, what I told you guys, what I said yesterday. I said if in the next 2-3 weeks this year will be not all green, I'm gonna eat a piece of my short. So it looks like that you run out of luck, guys, you know, because now everything is green here, massively green. Look at this Bitcoin trade here, back at almost $54,000 in profit. My Solana trade will potentially today or tomorrow turn green, and then it's already off the table, you know. So unfortunately, you will be not that entertained anymore because my Ethereum trade's not positive, the Bitcoin trade positive, and Solana will come around in the next following days. I'm not really concerned about this. Once that is happening, the account will be also sitting again at $500,000, and I expect in the best case scenario that by the end of this month, that I will actually hit $1 million here in this account, so which will be amazing. And then I also gonna do another giveaway. So, but for that, you're gonna need a ZoomX account, guys. You know, so once I hit $1 million here on this account, I'm gonna give away some money, but you're gonna need a ZoomX account for that. So make sure that you use the link in the description below, that you sign up there, and also at least deposit $100. That will be part of the giveaway once I hit $1 million, guys. About amount, I'm not sure yet. You know, maybe ZoomX will also sponsor something of that. I need to talk to them. I don't know. That's why I don't want to give now a number, you know, what kind of giveaway I'm gonna do. But I can promise you one thing, it will be at least 4 figures, you know. So, so when we're going into the MDX Algo scalp gradients, you can see here that price action is now heating up exactly as I told you guys that I was expecting something like this, and also that here the reactor indicator would be opening up here while we were yesterday still in bullish territory. We are putting in here the first early red candles. I'm not really concerned about that because when you have the first 2 red candles, usually you don't get straight away a turnaround in price. The only reason for a turnaround could be that we're running here into the golden ratio, which is proven to be a tough resistance for Bitcoin. Here in the past, when we came down, we did not manage to stay above that. We only got 2 times the deviation and then continued to go to the downside. So now on the way to the upside, it could be a little bit tough to break here into the golden ratio and stay above it until we finally do. But it is a matter of days, guys. It's only a matter of days before this is happening. And what is a couple of days when we had now almost a month of downside correction in Bitcoin, you know? So we can wait another 3-4 days to break above this. To get here our move that we are waiting for. So if you're currently looking for a Bitcoin trade, I'm also going to give you a new Bitcoin trading setup. If you missed the weekly one that I had given here a couple of days ago, then I would be looking at 2 specific levels, and in between I would not do anything, guys. So either you are lucky and Bitcoin comes back one more time to $95,700. That's where I would be entering, or at $97,500. So these are the 2 levels where I would consider opening a new trade. So why these 2 levels? Because 95,700 is a strong support level. If I move this line here a little bit more to the side. Sorry, that was the wrong button. That is the wrong line. So there we go. So you see here, that was a really, really crucial even over here. Strong support level. Now that we broke above that again, if we would get a retest, it should hold. And that's why I would use that for an entry. Otherwise, if we are not coming down there, then I would use this level up here. Again, same thing. In the past, it was strong support, also strong resistance. Now, when we break above that, with at least a 30-minute candle close, I would start opening a position from there and then trade this. I would actually trade this into $120,000. So that might be then a longer-term trade, not like a day trade or something. You're most likely going to hold onto that trade for a couple of weeks. In the best case scenario, it would be potentially within the next 2-3 weeks already be closing. So, but that's still something that we have to see how this is going to play out. So now when we look at the the liquidation levels, and so first of all, we are finally above the 50 moving average that I pointed out yesterday, how important that was, that we reclaimed that to get here a move into $98,100 into the 200 moving average. That is kind of in alignment with the golden ratio, and we are like 0.5% away above the golden ratio with the 200 moving average. That's why I expect here a little bit of resistance before we go higher. But also that should be overcome quite fairly quickly, and we should not stagnate a long time around that level. We still have here a lot of high leverage short liquidity sitting above us. Actually also, I just see this here at the $108,000 level. There's also some high leverage liquidity. So and now you see what happened when we broke above the 50 moving average. That was what I told you guys yesterday. Expect from here short squeeze when we start entering into these here, into these over leveraged shorts, and that's what happened. We got our squeeze to the upside. Now the next squeeze will happen when we break above the golden ratio at $97,700 approximately, because we take out again high leverage short positions. Then we get liquidated at these levels or forced to close the position. And that will give us the fuel to move above the 200 moving average potentially, and a move here into the next bigger pocket around the $100,000 level. And from here, we're going to get another trigger that is going to send us into $102,000. So when we go now into the liquidation heat map, most likely that will be in alignment. If we go to the 2 weeks chart, yes. So you see here, next level, $97,550, pretty close to what I just said. And then here the next one around the $100,000 level. There's right now the highest concentration on the 2 weeks chart. So that is right now the target for market makers and liquidity providers to drive the price up here, to take the liquidity from here. Then most likely you're going to get a small consolidation phase before we then get another move to the upside. And during that consolidation phase, most likely we build a little bit of liquidity below the $100,000 level that will be taken out. And from there, it's then only upwards. On Bybit, also my Bitcoin trade is looking much, much better than it did a couple of days ago. This will turn soon into definitely also a green one. I wanted to add a little bit to my position here, but I wanted to make sure what I'm doing that the liquidation price will not get too high or too close to my current price. So I'm gonna add now here, okay, it's like $1,000 up in liquidation price for every 500 or roughly $600 that I add to the position, so which is fine. Yeah, but my entry is not coming down a lot, so that is actually not so nice. So let's see here, if I add, that's already a little bit better. So now I'm roughly like $2,000 away from my entry. I can actually add a little bit more if I wanted. Let's see here. That's fine, that's fine. So now I'm roughly exactly $2,000 away from my entry. My take profit is okay, $25,000. Once we get to $105,000. My Coty trade also looking much, much better than it did previously. This was insane, guys, in the past. So, but as you can see, I held on to this. I will actually also here raise my take take profit level in the near future once we come here a little bit closer to break even. But yeah, as you can see, I held on to my positions that I was holding already for quite a while. So again, if you want to trade with me on Bybit, guys, again, there's something coming up with Bybit. Make sure that you have an account, sign up there with the link in the description below. And I forgot it again. I'm gonna show it to you tomorrow. Something really, really nice that we have on Bybit. You should yeah, it makes actually sense to do it tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But yeah, get an account with the link in the description, guys. So now the Bitcoin dominance. Not much to say here. So we broke above the 58% level as intended. We are still following the overall trajectory here. So again, we don't want to see that the dominance is breaking down here massively in like a waterfall drop. What we want to see exactly what's happening here right now. Sometimes a small bounce, then we go down again, consolidation, we go down, you know, so we can go down now a little bit more, all the way down potentially to 56%. That would be still fine if we come all the way down here to around, yeah, 56.05%, something like that. Then get again some consolidation where we move a little bit higher again, but then and from there you're gonna get then a further continuation to the downside. And once again, guys, once we are breaking, I'm just gonna show it here. Once we are breaking below 54% on the Bitcoin dominance, all hell will break loose in terms of altcoins. You're gonna see it, guys. You're gonna see what I have seen if you were not around in 2017 and 2020 and also in 2021, how altcoins will go absolutely ballistic left, right, and center. It will be starting once we get below 54%. So on the way down, you're gonna get a taste like what we got previously, a little taste, you know, so but trust me, the juicy part is coming once we break below 54%. Actually, I want to turn a little bit the camera. Yeah, so because I was half out of the frame, like not really well centered, you know, so that looks much, much better now. About the US market opening, not really concerned about that. I know that the dollar is raging a little bit to the upside, but Bitcoin is going up at the same time. So I'm fine with that. You know, let the dollar go up. It doesn't matter. You know, as long as Bitcoin goes up, I'm not really worried about this. So yeah, the rest I did not really check. So total free market cap has reclaimed the underlying order block that we were talking about for quite a while now. So, but remember, guys, when we get here to like 1.04, 1.06 trillion dollars in total free market cap, I expect from there a small pullback, which would be in any case healthy, you know, so to get that here when we get up, small pullback, then we get another consolidation and then the continuation into new all-time high for total free market cap. And once we're breaking above $1.2 trillion, that could potentially, by the calculations that I made today, that could potentially coincide with dominance being around 54%. So there's two levels that I'm watching for that. It could be around $1.13 trillion or $1.2 trillion. Somewhere in here, we're going to hit 54% on the Bitcoin dominance, and then you're going to see here a massive, I don't know, it will be in billions. So it will be, what is this? A 25, $40 billion candle on the daily chart, you know. So in one single candle, you're going to see that we're going to add in 25 to $40 billion. Now, Ethereum. So Ethereum is coming up here to the top of the ascending triangle. We were looking out for that. We're within the golden ratio here, trying right now to break above the golden ratio at $3,485. Once we have established support above $3,485, we're most likely going to get the breakout here latest by Saturday. So that's my almost Sunday midnight. I think it's my Sunday midnight. So when I look at this, yeah, so it will be my, what time will that be? This is my 3 a.m. So around my 3 a.m. Sunday morning, that is where we, by the latest, going to get the breakout out of that ascending triangle. I just want to show you here again the technical target for that ascending triangle here. So once we break out, the technical target is here at $3,944 approximately. So if you're not in an Ethereum trade right now, just wait for the horizontal line here to be broken. And once you get here at least a 30-minute candle close above that level, I would enter from there and trade this then into the technical target. The next one is Solana. So Solana has today a really nice move here to the upside. I was actually expecting a move like that simply because we were here in a triangle shape consolidating. So, and also here you see now again why these breakout points that I had given you in the past are so highly accurate. So let me actually just make this here a little bit more visible. So because here also with that ascending, with that symmetrical triangle, the perfect breakout point here is here. That is the window, you know. So we broke out just at the right time here to the upside, and also here I can give you the technical target. Oh, this is more or less already accurate. So here the technical target of that pattern is at roughly $230. $230 roughly is the technical target here. So that also has a lot of merit with the confluence of the bigger sell orders that are sitting up here. That resistance from $226 all the way up to $243. So it would make sense that we get here a wick into that level, get a rejection, consolidation again, and then we get another big move here through this sell order block and move here finally into new all-time high. And also our Elliott wave count was on point, guys. On point. You cannot say anything different here. You know, we were absolutely on point with that, and we know where we are going. The only thing what we don't know is where the fifth wave is going to stop. You know, so it can be slightly above the third wave. You know, it can be also way extended above the third wave. That's just something that you never know with an Elliott wave count. You know, so but by textbook, the 5 should be slightly above the 3, but it can extend way higher than that. So, and that's something that we still need to wait and see. So if also you are looking for an entry into Solana right now, of course we are not chasing the pump. We're not entering when Solana is pumping. So there's also two ways how you can enter here right now. Either you wait for a move back to $200 and you set some limit orders up there, or you wait for a break of $212 approximately. Again, a 30-minute candle close. Because there is right now strong resistance. You see here, over here it was all the time support. Here we broke the support, so now when we come up here, it should act as resistance. Once we reclaim that level and close a 30-minute candle above that, we're gonna get continuation, and that's then exactly the point where you want to enter into a new Solana position. So if you have already a Solana position, you can add at these levels. And I also going to tell you something that I looked today at. The last level where I'm going to add to my personal spot holdings on Solana and also to my long positions that I have on Solana. The last point where I'm going to add to my positions is around $235. There I'm going to stop to add to my positions, and then I let this ride into most likely the cycle high. You know, wherever the cycle high is, could be 600, could be 900, wherever it is, I let it ride into the cycle high. So then AVAX, one of the coins that I wanted to talk about today, because here on the 4-hourly chart, we have retested this downward sloping trend line. We are trying to break above this. So once you see here a 4-hourly candle, sorry guys, let me actually take a sip here really quick. So sorry for that. Stupid coughing. I hope it's gone. Like, I really hope it will be gone like in the next 2-3 days or something. It's the most annoying thing. You know, I feel completely healthy, but that stupid coughing drives me crazy. But anyway, so yeah, once you see most likely the next 4-hourly candle staying above the downward sloping trend line, that is your point of entry. If you're looking for an entry, so why that specific level here? Because current price action, so if we go a little bit lower here, also here you see there was in the past actually a little bit higher. So here, that is the level that you're looking out for, $40.28. Once we're above that level, then you know, okay, we're gonna get continuation in the direction of $50, and most likely all the way back to $52. Once we break above $52, you wanna get a move into $70. So if we pull back a little bit lower, you can set limit orders. I would make that actually not too low. Here, $39. So that is like a 3% move currently to the downside. That's where I would set my limit orders, just in case it will come in a little bit lower, and otherwise at $40.28. Also, I set a limit order for a SUI trade. I was trading SUI actually today on ZoomX already, quite profitably. I made over 2,000. I don't know how much did I make today on that ZoomX trade. $2,200 or something like that. Was a trade that the same trade that I had yesterday open. I just can't remember. Yeah, SUI. Let's see. What was this? SUI. Yeah, almost $2,200 is what I made on this trade. So now I opened a limit order on Alpha X. Again, guys, if you want to trade decentralized, because you cannot use ZoomX and Bybit, use Alpha X. You still get $100 just for signing up there. And if you deposit $100, you'll stand a chance also to win $500 every single week, twice actually. We're gonna resume with that from tomorrow. So I set a limit order here at $4.32. I'm gonna speak about that in a moment, why I did this with a take profit at $5, which will give me a nice return on that position. So here I'm basically just waiting that we come in a little bit lower, because you see here is some resistance that we are fighting with. But once that resistance is overcome, you're also gonna get here a move into $5 really quickly. So let me speak briefly about Phantom. So I know a lot of you guys most likely think, oh shit, what happened with Phantom? Because this also turned out into a hated rally on the 4-hourly chart. I was looking here the last, since this morning actually, this downward sloping trend line to be broken. It broke, but because of the Sonic upgrade, I did not feel like to open a new long position on Phantom. And also on my spot positions, I did not do anything with it. I was okay, nice. You know, my spot holdings are a little bit up now again from all the way down here at 66 cents where we were. But if I would be trading Phantom, you wanted to wait for a proper reclaim here of that green block all the way up to 84 cents before I would be opening here a position, or a further pullback that could get us back down to around 78 cents. So, but honestly, for spot it would make sense, you know, with long positions. If you don't, or let me put it this way, I would only do that if I would actually scalp trade here on Phantom. You know, so Phantom right now, until the upgrade is happening, that is not anymore a coin that I would intend to hold over more than 5 days, you know. So because then I think tomorrow already there's, I forgot which exchange it was. There's tomorrow already an exchange. It's not Binance, it's something else that is already listing Sonic, the Sonic contract. So, and with that, you know, so I would not open long positions on Phantom when there are already platforms tomorrow migrating to Sonic. But in terms of targets for Phantom, so before the Sonic upgrade is completed in the whole market, we could see another move here to 92 cents. Again, from a risk to reward perspective, for a perpetual trade, I would not risk it right now personally. You know, so if you want to do that, you can do that. But me personally, I'm staying away from it until the upgrade is completely implemented across every single exchange. Now, the next coin, I spoke about this yesterday here with Arbitrum. I told you guys here that falling wedge most likely is going to break it to the upside. That's exactly what we are seeing here right now. So I hope some of you were able to catch this trade. If not, it's not too late, guys. Here around 79 cents, 0.5 is the next level where you can enter once we get above this. Or if we would pull back here to around 76 cents. That is the other level where you can set limit orders. So how I would most likely do that if I would be not in an arbitrage position already, I would go and set 50% of the whole position size that I want to trade with into a limit order here at 76 cents. The other 50% I keep to market buy if we get a 30-minute candle close above 79 cents 0.5. Because if I'm entering here up here, I can always go and cancel the limit order and add the rest later, you know, so there's no issue with that. But if price comes down and I don't have a limit order while I'm sleeping and it gets hit and directly comes back up again, I missed it, you know, I missed it. So, and for that simple fact, I would rather set then with 50% of the money that I want to trade a limit order at the lower end, and the other 50% that remain I keep on the side if we go first to the upside, so that I can market buy here into that position. Now with SUI, here on the 4-hourly chart, we are also having a nice W pattern here that has broken out onto the upside. The target is $4.68. Why did I earlier close my trade when I entered all the way from down here? Really simple. The indicators telling me that we are either consolidating or pulling back a little bit. So I didn't want to give back some of the profits that I made. And for that simple reason, I thought to myself, okay, if we're coming down here or consolidate, I just wait this out until the indicators have cooled down again. And then I just re-enter now with my compounded profits back into the trade and then trade this into the technical target up here. So I would not do this, guys, if you're not an experienced trader, you know, so only do that if you know what you're doing, you know, because if for some reason now SUI goes and does this here, what you do, you know, now you close the trade because I told you I wait for the consolidation, cooling off of the indicators, and if SUI put in a candle like that, the consolidation is maybe only happening up here, you know, so now I have to enter way higher than where I got out, because I got out basically on the top of the candle here, you know, so, and then you scream at me again and say, oh, you said I should sell, you know, so that guys, don't play around with stuff like this if you don't know what you're doing, you know. If you're in this trade from all the way down here, just hold it into the take profit target all the way up here, regardless if you come down potentially here to $4.32, $4.30 or something like that, you know. Just keep holding this if you have not a real plan and know what you're doing, you know. So because the indicators are definitely telling us that here some downwards pressure is coming with a sell signal on the stochastic RSI, and with the RSI only the MACD still still bullish here. And the simple reason why the indicators are turning around is that we are running here into this big sell cluster and resistance of SUI at $4.45 all the way up to $4.53. Once that block is cleared, we go rather quickly in direction of $5 here. So, and just because we have here that resistance cluster, I said earlier this afternoon, okay, I'm gonna sell my position, compound the profits back into a new position, and I'm just waiting now for potentially tomorrow evening, maybe early Saturday morning, for the indicators to turn around and to see where then the price is, and then simply re-enter into this trade, and then trade is then in the, basically into $5. Rune also nice breakout here out of that falling wedge. If you missed Rune, it's also not too late here, but also here you want to wait either for a move back to $4.81, which is a 2% move to the downside and not super dramatic, you know, so on a 12-hourly time frame, or a 12-hourly candle above $5. And that's what you're looking out for Rune. Remember, the technical target is the top of the wedge, which is at $5.62. So you have here a nice juicy move to the upside. Let's say you enter from here, from $5. So that is still an almost 11.5% profit move here that we can expect. Most likely what's going to happen here with Rune is that we're not going to stop there. I believe once we are breaking here in a little bit higher, above $5, then we go all the way up to this upward sloping, now resistance line of that rising wedge that broke here to the downside, which is almost sitting at $6, at $5.80, depending on when we're going to hit it. It could be around $6. So I believe once we are above $5, we're going to see the next major pullback here for Rune only around the $6 level. So, or where we are going to struggle to move into higher levels. It will be happening when we run into this upward sloping resistance line. The next one is Link. Link also broke out of that big falling wedge here on the 4-hourly chart. The target is all the way up here at $31. So of course that will not happen in a single day. Also here you see the indicators are starting to turn around besides the MACD. Also really easy explainable because we are running here into that resistance block here from $22.64 to $23.41. I was scalp trading a little bit Link today, and I'm already out of my position in the past 4-hourly candle, basically at the top of that candle. I got out there, waiting now for here the indicators to come down to add at lower levels. Also here, the level that I would be looking at would be around $22 for limit orders, or a break above $23.10. So these are the two levels that I'm watching out for continuation. Either, like I said, small pullback and then continuation, or we break above $23.10, consolidate, and then get a move in direction here of $31. So a move here into $31, even from current levels, is a juicy trade here, guys. You know, almost 37% to the upside here. And just to give you some perspective, this can happen quite quickly. When you look here, the last time when we came here into these levels, this was happening within 2 days. Within 2 days, we moved here 40% in Link. So that's why, you know, so you don't want to miss that. Again, set your limit orders, have money on the sideline for a position like that. You know, in the worst case, you market buy and trade this then into the technical target. The next one is Arweave. We spoke about this yesterday. So here is the breakout window, that box here. So we are just entered with the last 3 4-hourly candles into that window. But also here, I expect one more move back into the symmetrical triangle, back here to around $17.20. Most likely, it could also stop here at $17.50, somewhere in between there. I expected pullback to stop. And then we get the proper breakout with continuation to the upside. And then, of course, here, the bigger breakout from that massive symmetrical triangle here with the downward sloping resistance line. And if you look at this in terms of return from here, $7.60, let be $7.60. So that is also roughly a 13% move. You put 5x leverage on that, you know, you look at 65% of profit. Then Coty. Coty also coming into the breakout window that we are looking at here from that ascending triangle on the 4-hourly chart. Here also same thing with Arweave. The indicators are overextended. The RSI has a little bit more room to go higher. So what we could most likely see here over the next 24 hours, 2 free candles consolidating, and then you get one more push to the upside in direction of 14 cents. We might even not hit it. We're going to hit potentially 13 cents, 0.8, 0.9, something like this. Then the RSI will top out. The stochastic RSI most likely will have flatlined or will come down a little bit, turn around one more time for that final push, and then goes down. And then you're going to see the same thing in Coty. Coty will come back down here to 13 cents 4, 13 cents 2, something like that, just to stay above that that neckline of that ascending triangle. From there, find support. From there, goes to the upside. So that is what I expect here to be happening for Coty. So if you're looking for an entry, again, limit orders at around 12 cents and 9 would be a level where I would place some. And otherwise, you want to enter here with a 4-hourly close with cool down indicators at 13 cents 0.5 roughly. So what do I mean by cool down indicators? You want to see the stochastic at least down here around 50% somewhere, 50, 55%, and starting to turn around. That's what you want to see on stochastic RSI. While price action is either above that neckline or here close to the 12 cents 0.9 level. The next one is Injective. Injective also really strong here today. On the daily chart, you cannot really make out a good pattern here. So you can maybe draw here something like a small, actually you can draw here. That sometimes also happens. You know, it's so funny. You get here a small rising wedge, and then out of that rising wedge, you create a falling wedge, and now the falling wedge is breaking back to the upside. So here we are actually around the level that you want to watch today at roughly $22. If we get a daily close above $22, I would enter from here because the technical target is also here $35.35, which is again a massive move here. We are looking at 40% or something like that, 60% actually, almost 61% here. From $22. So that is definitely a trade that you want to take. Actually, on one of my other phones, I'm going to take that trade right now. I'm actually not waiting. But low leverage, guys, low leverage. You know, I'm not putting here insane leverage on a trade like that. I'm going to put 5x leverage on this, but I'm going to have a look here on the shorter time frames quick before I do that. Actually, okay, this is because of consolidation. Okay, it's 5x leverage, you know, so there should be not much be happening. So 5x leverage, target, daily chart. So the target is here, $35.35. Let's set the target there. Okay, done. So just that you see, that's the injective trade. I just said it. Actually, let me go quick here to full screen so actually that you can see this better. There. Come on. There. So already slightly in profit on that trade. So now we can go back. So I'm gonna do, how much time do we have? Oh, we're already here over 40 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna do one coin, guys. Only one. I'm gonna go through the chat what was already posted. I will be not taking anything that's freshly posted. I only gonna take what's already there. So let me have a look here quick. So I spoke already about this. We could do GRT. Let's do GRT. Guys, I said I will not take coins that you now post, you know, so I said coins that are already in the chat. So I'm not stupid, guys, you know, I know what was in the chat and what was not in the chat. So GRT, I was earlier on a GRT chart. Let me try to find where I had this. Was it this one here? Yes. So GRT, there we go. So I was at the weekly chart. So, so here the weekly chart for GRT, what I'm looking at. First, a reclaim of 23 cents 0.5 roughly, here at horizontal level. Then you could, if you want to trade short term, take profit when we hit the downward sloping resistance line here, which is a multi-year resistance that GRT is facing. So, but, here comes the big but, guys. So if we are breaking this, you look at insane gains in GRT to the upside for this bull run. You look at least at 300%, and I have higher targets than that, and I'm not going to show you right now, but I have higher targets than that. You know, let's get first up here, and then we're going to talk about other targets that I have for GRT to the upside. So right now, it's not the worst moment to enter here, you know, especially if you trade spot, you know, you could enter right now. If you're on leverage, also on leverage, I would enter this right now. But again, not more than 3 to 5x. You know, GRT is quite volatile. So here, I would actually not use more than 4x, to be honest. You know, don't use more than 4x on GRT if you want to enter. But this is a really good looking chart that I saw today, where I was going through multiple charts that I was setting up here for the weekly time frame. Guys, that's it already for today's video, for this live stream here. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you with full bags of profits tomorrow.